I do not like it. She is a USA track and field masters athlete, the 8th fastest woman in the world within her age group. That is some serious, intimidating competition. She's a sprinter in the 1, the 2, and she used to do the 4. That's who I'm working with. I do not like it. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Modern Kings podcast. I am your host, King Prime. I can be found at iamkingprime.com. Our mission at Modern Kings is to help you to stay fit, help you to make money, and to help you to look good. Today's episode, we are diving into this thing that I do every single week, at least once a week, and I absolutely hate it. And that one thing is running. That's right, running. I hate running. And I'm sure that there are some things within the fitness realm that you do not like. For me, it's running, but I do it anyway. And I'll get into that later. But let me give you a little bit of history. During my childhood, I grew up in rural Alabama on a farm. A lot of hard work ethics is still within me, and a lot of fun had during that time of my childhood when I was brought up. Never, ever, ever in the time of my childhood did I ever run. I played basketball, I did physical activity, but running was not one of those things. And the closest I've ever come to running was playing basketball on my high school basketball team. But once I finished high school, I went into the military. And that is the first time I ever ran, and I found out that I was actually pretty good at it. And there was a few factors that made me good at it. I was young, I was eager, I was skinny, which means that there is less poundage for me to have to lug it around the track or to go on a distant run. I've actually ran a 5.5 minute mile before, which helped to contribute in earning me this physical fitness excellence patch on my uniform while I was in the military. But even though I was pretty good and I was skinny, there were still physical and mental barriers that I had to overcome. And there were some points within that time frame that actually made it fun, mainly due to the competitiveness and the camaraderie. Now, over time, that was not sustained. I went to school, I started a family, I got very busy in other areas of life, which caused all of that to diminish and go out the window. But you're not always guaranteed to have that. Here's the thing about running. It's not comfortable. There is no fun in it. There is no reward at the end of the rainbow, unless you are a finalist at a major track meet or the Olympics or something like that. To just get out there and run takes a certain amount of grit, willpower, and discipline. There is no kicking the ball at the end of running. There is no catching the ball at the end of running. There is no free throw. There's no three-point shot at the end of the running. Nothing. This is what greatly contributes to it feeling like a chore. And many of you feel the same way about running or other forms of exercise. It's just not fun. You hear people say things like, I'm just not a runner, or this is just not my thing, or to say running is boring. Unless you're running through like Times Square or Disney World. Let's get into why running isn't fun for everyone, with an end goal to help you to try to make some sense of this and maybe get you attracted to some elements of it. One of those things is that constant in and out, sucking wind, searching for air because you can't get your breath. Another thing is sore muscles. You have that monotony of just pounding and pounding and pounding on the pavement. Many people just do not like that physical sensation of running. Plus feeling sweaty, and you're feeling tired, and you probably feel some impact on your joints. You may also have the fear of not performing well because somebody's going to be faster than you, or can run further than you, or doesn't get tired as quick as you do. Running can feel so daunting because you are the only person in it. No one else is with you. No one else is by your side. Rarely is there someone coaching you, teaching you, pushing you along, encouraging you. And it's so easy to talk yourself out of. It's too warm, it's too hot, it's too cold, it's rainy. I just don't feel like it. My kids need my help, or I just don't have time. But here's the biggest takeaway. Everything that you hate requires discipline and willpower. Now, this thing that I do every week that I hate, the running, I do it every week because I know the long-term effect. The things that are easy to do are also easy not to do. And that is the difference between failure and success. I do the things that I don't want to do, and they paid off tremendously for me. Running is one of those things that I do because I realize and recognize the necessity for the long-term benefits. I push myself because I can deal with the short-term pain in order to have the long-term gain. Here's a few of those long-term gains. Cardiovascular health. All of the blood that you need is gonna come from your heart. The less you exercise your heart, the weaker the blood flow. The more you exercise your heart, the stronger the blood flow. The blood has to pump to all of these areas of your body. Now, whether you're small or large, the heart has to work. The larger you are, the more your heart needs to work. You have to exercise the heart for it to be strong and lasting and enduring in order for it to have a sustained presence and to have a sustained strong function throughout your lifespan. So your blood circulation is increased, your heart disease risks are significantly lowered, and studies also show that running can significantly reduce cardiovascular disease by up to 45%. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I'm running, sometimes I feel like I just want to quit. It takes an incredible amount of discipline for me to continue. So I don't want you to feel like you're in it alone when you feel that discomfort and that hatred towards running. Running also has a significant amount of mental health benefits. It helps to reduce anxiety, depression, and it improves your mood. I will say this, every time I complete a run, I feel like I can do anything because I just did something really freaking hard. A couple other things. It also helps with weight management. Running is a very effective way to burn calories and fat. Listen, keep in mind, we're not talking about running 5 miles, 10 miles, 15 miles, not even 3 miles. We're talking about short interval training. When you hear me talking about running, I'm doing sprints or I'm pulling sleds. Most of the time, I'm doing whatever my wife is doing. Her name is Angela. She is a USA track and field masters athlete, the 8th fastest woman in the world within her age group. That is some serious, intimidating competition. She's a sprinter in the 1, the 2, and she used to do the 4. That's who I'm working with. I do not like it, but I love the benefits. It mixes up my workout. It gives me a huge level of diversity, definitely improves my cardiovascular work. And because I'm aiming to live a long, glorious, fulfilling, and healthy life, I need this heart to be right. And running, sprinting, taking my heart rate from a resting heart rate of 43 beats per minute up to sometimes 175, 180 beats per minute, that's quadrupling what the heart is doing as I'm just standing or sitting. If we look at the long-term benefits, running is highly associated with longevity. Most times when you look at people with a long lifespan, some of them, a significant portion of them are runners. Running regularly can help to improve your bone density, muscle mass, and joint health. There's a lot more to unpack here, but I'm gonna leave you with this resource. I'm gonna put the link below. Check out this book. Angela, my wife, is also an author. This is not a plug for her, but it is something that I personally, as a fitness person, began to read and had huge takeaways from it. The book is called Living Younger, and most people give up around the age 25, 30, 35, and feel like they have nothing to give, nothing to offer the world, and it's time to sit on the couch. But your best years are actually ahead of you. And if you do the practices that are in this book, you will get great insight into the living younger concept. Highly recommend that you check it out. The link will be in the description. So here's some strategies to help the things that you hate to be more enjoyable, especially running. Set small goals. You don't want to go out there and try and tackle a 5 mile or 10 miler when you've been sitting on the couch. Just get outside and run 5 to 10 minutes and increase that over time. And if it's not running, if it's something else, do it for 5 to 10 minutes. Set what I call micro goals. This is going to put you in a place of feeling accomplished. And once you get accomplished and you gain that success, you're going to want more success and you're going to do it again. And before you know it, you've got a great record of accomplishing things. And these goals, these fitness goals, or whatever other type of goals that you're setting, they're going to naturally increase as you get better. You also want to incorporate variety. You don't want to go the same run, the same path for the same distance. You want to make it as fun as possible. Another thing that I like to do personally is incorporate technology. I'm huge on incorporating things like the Apple Watch or Fitbit or sleep monitors into my routine. But when you see something like this and it shows up on your phone, you're definitely able to get that satisfaction. You're able to hit streaks. You're able to challenge yourself with certain goals. And it makes it fun overall. You probably also know someone that wants to get physical, wants to get active, wants to get out there and run. Team it with a buddy or a friend. That can be a lot of fun. And if you don't know anyone, there's a lot of meetup groups and a lot of running clubs around that you can join. One other thing that you probably don't realize that you will like, and that is the after feeling. When you do something and you know it was hard and you completed it, that feeling after is unbeatable, invaluable, priceless. So King, I don't run, I don't want to run, I can't run, I will not run. What can I do? Here are some alternatives for you. Strength training, cross training, all of these exercises are great for you. The strength training, I must say, is probably top of my list. It helps you to avoid injury. It strengthens your bone structure. The more muscle you have on your body, the more it protects the joints. And it also helps you to look very, very good. Listen, this is what I want to leave you with. You may not be happy with every aspect of running. I understand that. I do it for the long-term benefits, as I mentioned before. It just may not be your thing. Find your benefit, find your why. The key is that you stay active, that you stay healthy, and that you do something. Let me know what your thing is that you absolutely hate doing. I would love to know. Mine is running, but I do it anyway. I do it like I love it. I want you to keep an open mind and try something that you've been wanting to do or something that you know you need to do and you've been procrastinating, with respect to physical activity. And reach out to me, share your progress with me on social media. If you have any questions or topics that you want me to cover, feel free to send those in. Connect with me because I am here strictly to serve you and I want you to have what you're tuning in for. Thank you so much for tuning in. It always means a lot to me when you show up and you listen to me. You can listen to anyone else out there, but you choose me. That makes me privileged and honored. I greatly appreciate that. If you know someone that could use this, please feel free. I would be also honored if you shared this with them. If you're on YouTube, leave a thumbs up. That's my currency. If you're listening to me on a podcast, feed that algorithm. I would appreciate you sharing it and leaving a 5-star review. We've got to train the algorithm to get this information in the hands of the people that truly need it. Before I go, I want to leave you with a quote. Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you like it. That's from Mike Tyson. Follow me on YouTube at King Prime. That is the @ symbol, King Prime. Follow me on Instagram at iam.kingprime. I will see you in the next video. Until then, look your best, do your best, and be your best.